what's up everyone? This is Quinn from Quinn's Cars, and today we have one of the most influential, one of the most special cars of all time, the Ford Mustang. Now this one is the S550 Ford Mustang EcoBoost, and it's going to be a 2022. Now, when you think of Ford Mustang, it goes all the way back to the mid-1960s when it first was introduced. And honestly, the Ford performance hype had never been higher. There have been cars in the early 1900s up until the 1920s, the Model T of course, that was known as the everyday man's car. But as far as Ford performance, the 1960s is really when hype was at its highest. And that's because of the race at Le Mans, Ford versus Ferrari is what I'm talking about. Now, of course, the Ford Mustang was not the car that was racing the Ferraris in that race, but Ford had introduced the Ford GT40, which is what brought the hype for the Ford Mustang at that time. A lot of people, when they think of the Ford Mustang, they think of those iconic 1960s, 1970s versions of Mustangs. And again, that is when the hype was the strongest for Ford performance. However, they've really perfected some of the older retro looks into the newer models of the cars. You can see that in some of the styling designs, and really with the perfection of the four-cylinder engine, you can really see that come through in the evolution of the mechanics as well. The first thing you're going to notice when you look at this car are those iconic headlights. Now these ones were one of the first generations to have the tri-bar design. This has the three lines in the front that kind of gives it that really intense shark gill look. It has the three daytime running lights in the front, and then it has the projector beam headlight that's also LED in the front. This one has the Night Pony package, which has the blacked out 18-inch wheels, and it has the black badging on the front and the back, as well as cloth leather seats with the white stitching on the interior. The taillights also have those beautiful, iconic designs where it's the, again, shark gill design, the 1, 2, 3 design, and you can actually see that in the sequential lights as well. One of my favorite things about the Mustang is the sequential light sequence. That exhaust sounds pretty great for a four-cylinder too. We'll check that out in just a bit. For this particular 2022 Ford Mustang EcoBoost engine, you have the 2.3 liter, 310 horsepower, 350 pound-feet of torque engine. It's made into a 10-speed automatic transmission, and you'll notice with this engine type, there's a lot of controversy that comes with it. People, when they think of muscle cars, they think of V8s immediately. But one of the things that's really interesting about this car is the mileage that you get as well. And like I said, for a four-cylinder, this exhaust sounds pretty good. Check it out. one of the first things that you're going to notice right off the bat is some of the chrome that's littered throughout the door and the interior of this car. One of my favorite things is that chrome door handle. You're going to see that right above the side door pocket, and then you're going to see it on the handle as well. You're also going to see chrome accents over the center console and also the steering wheel. The steering wheel is going to have that cruise control settings on the side. It's going to have your volume buttons. It's going to have your select buttons on the side that'll run you through your different menus. Another thing I love about this car is the integration from retro to modern. When you're looking at the tachometer and the speedometer, you can immediately notice that it has that old gauge chrome circle style, but it also has that really clean white background with a clear red needle. Every piece of information that you need is there, but then again you have those chrome tipped circles that are kind of just bring that retro piece back into the modern car. It also has this beautiful chrome badging on the side, and then that carbon fiber cloth that's running across the dash as well. Probably my favorite thing about the interior is these toggle switches at the bottom of the center console. You see that you can switch your driving modes, you have your traction control options, your hazard lights, and then of course on the way left side you have the engine stop start button. The infotainment center is a super easy to use touchscreen, really intuitive. Everything's there. You can see your audio, climate, phone, and settings all right there. Screen is very responsive and you can go from app to app with no issues at all. So this Mustang also has something called the 101A package. Now that was a $2,400 option that included the dual zone automatic climate control, the 6-way adjustable driver's seat, the 18-inch wheels, in this case the black wheels because of the Night Pony package, parking centers, and the selectable driving modes. I really love the way that they did the chrome badging all throughout the car. You can see it around the shifter, you can see it in the center control stack, you can see it on the steering wheel, on the doors. It's really beautiful, and the attention to detail with the seats is amazing as well. Cloth seats with white stitching, simple but beautiful. I think it's time that we talk about the elephant in the room, and I think that is going to be the 4-cylinder engine. It has caused such a controversy because it's not your typical muscle car V8 engine. When people think of a muscle car, they think V8. And I think that's just because of the purist all the way back in the 60s and 70s when cars like that were coming out. The 6 cylinders were not even a thing. The 4 cylinders were not really a thing, although there were 4 cylinders Mustangs back in the 70s. Nobody talks about that, but that was a thing. It's really important to think about how far engines have come and how much they've perfected the 4-cylinder. I mean, if this were, a Honda Civic back in the 90s, I could understand why people would be upset. But when you look at the specs of this car, 350 pound-feet of torque, 310 to 350, depending on if you get the high performance package. Horsepower, those are really healthy numbers. And when you think about a daily driver, you think about something that has power that you want to use, something with power that you can use. The reality is 450 plus horsepower when you're looking at the V8 engines is just not something that the daily driver can use. Another thing that I love about this car is how planted it feels. The suspension feels great. It's not bouncy. It's super planted on curves. And it gives you that confidence where it has enough power to push through those hard points, but also it's small enough, nimble enough, and powerful enough that when you're taking it on these windy, small roads, and these roads are tiny, it feels capable and it gives you confidence in the car. So one of the reasons I think that the 2022 Ford Mustang, or the Ford Mustang EcoBoost in general, is so important is when you want something that's going to be a daily driver, you want something that has reliability, it has the styling, and it has enough power to have fun with. This is kind of the perfect car. And it begs the question of, is it something that a car enthusiast is going to want? Maybe, maybe not, but is it something that the daily driver is going to want? Most likely, yes. I mean, the influence of Ford Mustang, again, has gone back for generations and generations and generations. And if you want something that looks like a Mustang, but doesn't necessarily bite and bark like a Mustang, then this is the perfect car for you. It's one of those things where if you want a daily driver and you want the Mustang to be the name of your daily driver, but you don't want a V8 kicking you in the back all day or a manual up and down shifting through city traffic all day, this is the car that you want. And this is the car that I think Ford realized that was an untapped market. And especially with Camaro as, you know, Ford Mustang's main competitor, having a 4-cylinder as well, this was a perfect counterbalance to that, to where they could say that they had something that could compete and that was a daily driver that made sense for the average person. A sincere thank you to everybody watching. This is one of those things where I just decided to follow my dream and do something crazy and start reviewing cars. Any and all support is so appreciated, especially in the beginning when you're first getting started, and means a lot to me. Go ahead and share, like, comment, all those things. I also have merch that I've created myself. If you're interested in my logo or interested in the shirt that I'm wearing, I'll put a link down below for my spread shop, and I would love for you guys to check that out. And if it's something that you're interested in, go ahead and click that link. All right, thanks again. Thanks for watching. Bye.